College football is right around the corner, and for the first time since 2019, we will see a full capacity Sanford Stadium this fall. I was going through the schedule trying to figure out which games they could possibly play at night. I know one of the biggest traditions in college football now is the fourth quarter show at Sanford Stadium. Everyone's got the lights going on. It is absolutely fantastic if you haven't been there. Of course, everyone's going to try to get back. So I was trying to figure out which games we could see Georgia play between the hedges at night so everyone can see the lights going on in Sanford Stadium as we have for the past few years. So after the end of this video, I'm actually going to show some videos from some previous years from Notre Dame, the Rose Bowl, and other games at Sanford Stadium where people showed the lights. So that's really cool. So make sure to stay tuned towards the end of the video for that. So let's break this down right now. The first game, UAB, 3:30. Probably not going to be a fantastic night game. It's going to be 6:30. The sun might be out for that. So not going to see an epic night into the fourth quarter kind of light show for that game. And it's probably going to be a blowout either, but don't think that one's going to be at night. The next one, South Carolina in Athens, 7 o'clock. That's the game you want to be at. The home schedule is not great this year. If you've looked over, you probably know that already, but this might be the big game to go to. And, right now it's the only game scheduled to be at night in Sanford Stadium. Should be a good game, especially for the Dogs, who I think should take care of business early and on against South Carolina. But that one's going to be at night. The lights are going to be going off for the first time this year. We'll see this a little bit in Charlotte against Clemson. That will obviously be at night, a late night kickoff there, so the Georgia fans will have the lights going on. But it's such an epic scene, and if you're a Georgia fan, it's something you'd like to be a part of as many times as you can. So they'll do it in Charlotte, but in Sanford Stadium, that first game, second home game against South Carolina is one to definitely keep an eye on. October 2nd, Arkansas comes to town. Maybe that's a night game. You have LSU Auburn earlier that day. That's probably the 3:30 game. Ole Miss and Alabama, that could be a night game. Mississippi State, Texas A&M, that could be a night game. So this, I'm kind of leaning maybe a noon kickoff for Georgia, Arkansas there. So that one probably not going to be at night. October 16th, Kentucky comes to town. Maybe that's a night game. That game has been at night before. Florida, LSU play that day. That's probably the 3:30 game. You have Alabama, Mississippi State. Maybe that's a night game. But who knows? Georgia, Kentucky, I think could absolutely be a 7 o'clock kickoff. So probably another one to watch there. And then really the last option is Missouri. November 6th, Missouri comes to Athens. Maybe that's a night game. I think Georgia would love for that to be a night game later on towards the end of the season there. Alabama, LSU is that week. It's in Bryant-Denny, so that's not going to be, a primetime night game at Death Valley or anything like that. Still, that could be a night game. Auburn, A&M go. Maybe that's the 3:30. But this, could shape up to be a not so hot year at night in Sanford Stadium for the Dogs. So overall, there's really, those are the games you got to get to this year. A lot of people obviously weren't able to go to games last year due to COVID. Schedule isn't great. Obviously, Florida's in Jacksonville every year. Clemson's in Charlotte. So kind of a weaker, schedule. You always like to see Tennessee, Auburn, and Tech at home, but this is what they have this year. And, easy for us guys to go cover the games. We don't have to go to Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas this year. But no, it'll be fun. Charleston Southern is the final game. That's probably a noon kickoff. I believe that's the second to last game of the season. So that's really what the home schedule looks like. And I've got some videos right here of some previous home night games for the Dogs in Sanford Stadium. So make sure to check that out. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching this video as always. Stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I will see you over on the website.